Hi, Patrick, and thanks for joining. As you know, many of the organizations are feeling the impact of VMware's acquisition by Broadcom, and particularly around the rising cost and the limited alternatives available for these critical infrastructure components. In this context, do cloud managed VMware offerings present a viable way for enterprises to keep costs under control while retaining their investment in VMware? What's your view on that?
Yes, I think what we're seeing at the moment is organizations are taking two approaches to the challenges that they've got with Broadcom and the changes to VMware licensing. Firstly, they're looking at potential alternatives to VMware. And secondly, they're looking at how they can rationalize and optimize their existing VMware estate. And so, potential alternatives, alternative hypervisors, maybe looking at going down the Kubernetes path with KubeVirt, looking at the public cloud. But many organizations have already gone to the public cloud, and what they could or were prepared to move to the public cloud, they've already done. And then the other side is how they can optimize their existing VMware footprint. Maybe um, vSphere Foundation rather than VMware Cloud Foundation, maybe looking at disaggregating storage rather than going with vSAN. So, looking at their compute footprint, more memory, fewer cores. So, lots of different options that people are considering. I think the realization is that doing something quickly isn't that easy. Now, what's interesting about the move to VMware in the cloud is it does give people an option because, especially in Azure, Microsoft have their own negotiated pricing for VMware, which is often beneficial compared to smaller companies. So that we are seeing is of particular interest to organizations, maybe as the end state or maybe as a stepping stone to going native within Azure.
Right. So you mentioned, Azure and the fact that companies have agreements such as Azure consumption commitments. These can help, manage VMware costs for organizations. So Pure Storage recently announced Pure Storage Cloud for Azure VMware Solution. Can you share with us how this solution helps, organizations? What is the value for customers?
Yes, absolutely. So one of the things I think that's really interesting is that, as you mentioned, organizations have signed up to Max. They've got committed spend with Azure, and they can draw on that spend to fund any of the services that they're consuming with Azure. Now, what we have done with Pure Storage Cloud is we have built that as an Azure native ISV service, which means that it's fully integrated into the Azure framework, including from a commercial perspective. So as customers use Pure Storage Cloud, they can pay for it with funds that are covered by the Mac. So that then makes it really entirely seamless. You have a um, seamless method of getting access to Pure Storage Cloud. You have a seamless experience in terms of managing it and from a commercial perspective, fully integrated in Azure.
That's really interesting. And one of the features that is really interesting in this is the decoupling of storage and compute. Um, can you explain how that architecture benefits customers? Um, thinking of things like cost reduction, scalability, and operational efficiency.
Yes, absolutely. So today, customers using Azure VMware Solution are really stuck with using vSAN. as the backend storage. And as we know, vSAN consumes VMware compute nodes to deliver storage services to the VMware nodes that are running the business applications. And so you actually need more Azure compute within an Azure VMware solution than would be needed just to support your business applications. Now, going down a disaggregated approach means you can reduce the overall compute capacity that you require within Azure, still to deliver the same storage capacity to your business applications and the same compute resource to your business application. So overall, it reduces your costs in an AVS model to go with this disaggregated approach, which is the first use case that we are supporting with Pure Storage Cloud.
So, Pure Storage has a pretty strong reputation in industry for, enterprise grade storage, for simplicity, reliability, and so on. This offering is in Azure Cloud, so can customers expect the same, seamless management capabilities that you offer with your on-prem solutions? And also, can you tell us something more about, performance and reliability? Because, cloud environments are slightly different from on-prem.
Yes, and I think that is a really interesting point. So we've announced the public preview of Pure Storage Cloud, and Pure Storage Cloud is a fully managed storage as a service capability. You could almost consider it a volume as a service, or actually, in this case, vVol as a service. It actually sits alongside Cloud Block Store, which we've had for many years running in Azure, where Cloud Block Store is an environment where you spin up your own software-defined storage array within Azure, and then connect volumes on that storage array to your VMware environment over iSCSI. Now, and that gives you exactly the same management experience, exactly the same look and feel as you have from one of our flash arrays running in your own data center. Pure Storage Cloud is different to that. With Pure Storage Cloud, you don't actually see the underlying software-defined storage system at all. You simply request and receive volumes within the Azure portal. So it's subtly different. As you say, we're very well known for building very simple products, simple to manage, simple to operate. Actually, this takes that simplicity to the cloud level of simplicity, where you don't care about the backend infrastructure at all. You're simply consuming a volume service. So that, in many regards, people can consume Pure Storage Cloud without actually knowing, or that they're consuming a Pure service. It looks like an Azure service, and it's delivered, as I mentioned, through the native ISV service, which helps with all of those backend integrations that make it entirely transparent in an Azure world.
That's another really interesting point. And to wrap things up, do you believe that integrations like Pure Storage Cloud will drive a shift for organizations to approach hybrid cloud strategies? And are there any plans to expand this offering into other clouds, public clouds as well? Um, and as a last point, what innovations in the storage as a service space do you foresee in shaping the future of cloud adoption?
A series of good questions there. I'm not quite sure where to start. So, firstly, I think we have, as I talk to customers in lots of different industries, we're seeing a maturing of cloud strategy, where organizations largely are moving away from a CIO mandated cloud first. I'm going to move everything to the cloud, close my data centers, and they are settling on a hybrid multi-cloud model. And that seems to be the de facto, apart from some organizations who are maybe late to the cloud and still think that they're going to move everything into the cloud and close their data centers. So hybrid multi-cloud feels like it's here to stay. That then means organizations need a simple way to be able to move applications between those different environments. And Pure Storage Cloud is part of that, as is Cloud Block Store a part of that. Two different ways to deliver similar capabilities. In terms of multiple clouds, Cloud Block Store obviously is available in AWS and Azure. Pure Storage Cloud only in Azure today. And what we have really focused on with Pure Storage Cloud is an incredibly tight partnership between Pure, Microsoft, and VMware in building this capability. This isn't something that we can just build ourselves in isolation. And so what I expect us to do is deliver more capabilities beyond Azure VMware Solution within Azure. But as always, a lot of our initiatives are guided by customer demand. Where do customers want to push these capabilities? What problems beyond optimizing Azure VMware Solution do they want to address? So I think it's going to be interesting to see where we go next on this journey. But one thing is for sure, that the hybrid multi-cloud is the end state for most of the enterprises we want, and that's why we have this focus on solutions like Pure Storage Cloud.
Thank you. Max, anything to add?
No, just doing a quick recap on the last point that you had, which was about what innovations you are foreseeing in the storage as a service space.
So Max, I think one of the things that Pure are well known for is delivering as a service capabilities. We've been at the forefront of delivering storage as a service for on-prem environments with Evergreen One, and building on the foundation of Cloud Block Store in the public cloud and turning that into a true storage as a service capability, I think shows a direction of travel. And I think you can expect to see a lot more developments as we roll forward over the next year or so.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. It's great to see you.